more difficult for him to actually defend against because of the nature of the attack. So if I say, go. Okay, now I've come in here, but look, let's look at the position here. It's not a textbook block or jam, right? But look at where his hands are. And look at where I ended up from here. And that was decent energy I gave him, right? So if we ended up here and he was pinned to the wall, now really all he has to do, once again, his fingers are right there, is a claw. Dig into my eyes. The palm strike from here, he wouldn't have enough torque to generate enough power. So he'd literally have to go for softer tissues, right? So, and that's with the hands down. Now, if the hands are up, and he closes his eyes, and I try something similar, now right away you can see the nature of the stance itself, how it creates that psychological obstacle, right? It becomes difficult to do the actual attack I just did earlier when his hands were down. It kind of forces me to go, well, this way. Go. Okay. Ah, no, beautiful. He stepped right in again. I barely got into his throat here. The only real threat and danger at this point, and because of the nature of the attack and the body language, there wasn't too much inclination on it, was a weapon in my hands, but there was no indication of that based on how I was lunging in forward towards him. So, but I walked right into a palm strike to the nose, thank you very much. And again, that's the reflex that we're looking at of stepping in and immediately wrapping onto our opponent, creating as much, of course, blunt force trauma as you can on your way in. I mean, look, it doesn't matter how much space I've got, I'm still going to try to maximize my potential behind that, no matter what. Now, whether it does a knock or a slam through, it doesn't matter to me, because again, I get right into his eyes here, or his, whatever it is, I'm disrupting all of this. Center line, opening up the throat, groin area, and again, it's that tidal wave effect of continuously getting into the opponent. Exactly what Chris is doing here, because even if it was a blade or a knife, if his hands were down, well, that's more dangerous, obviously, but if his hands were up, okay, and like so, and I came around and I went, okay, go, right? And I went to actually stick it in his throat here. Now, had he not moved, I would have gotten the target. There's no way, right? Because I was aiming right for here. So as soon as I walked in here, he stepped in, missed, got from behind. He tucked his head in, his hand, once again, right in my face. Even if I get really squashed in here, and I'm squeezing him here, he doesn't have to start to compress or decompress or feet, whatever. He can just, look where his hand is. Just claw my eyes. And I'm trying to, okay, that's a lot more effective, especially if he's a very small person. If you're much better off being clinched with your hands up, because your hands are going to be found right around here, and that's where you need them to start to create all of this damage into your opponent, because once again, really close quarter, I don't want to start to have to wrestle, muscle, decompress, whatever, my way out of this situation. I don't have much time. Once I'm in there, he's doing something. He's not just standing there going, okay, got him. He's going to be picking up and slamming me, dragging me away, whatever it is. So I have to have a faster reaction. I have to do something that's going to cause as much pain to my opponent as possible to get him off of me, right?